You should have stopped them and been like, wait, come here. And then they'd come here and then they'd be like, what do you want? And then you'll say, oh, I don't want anything. I'm lactose free. And then they'll just be like,
Lactose intolerant. And I'm not.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Whole Foods basically just sells bags of air. If it says lactose free, gluten free, everything free, it's just a bag of air. That's our opinion. Welcome to Rocket to Anywhere, the podcast that decides when it's time for everyone in its neighborhood to start mowing their lawns. I'm Corban.
And I'm Sofia.
Yep, it's summertime, and it seems that if one person in the neighborhood decides to start mowing their lawn, everyone else has to. So, if you hear any noise, that's just everyone here. But first, we want to let everyone know that this is Sofia's birthday episode, July 18th, coming up. Look at your calendars. Let Sofia know. Happy birthday. Let's move on to follow-up. We have one piece of follow-up this week, and that is that last week you said that only one person went to the moon. I
didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. You said only one person went to the moon.
Mm-mm.
Well, you did. So, here it is. Here are the people who actually went to the moon. Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Edwin Buzz Aldrin.
I didn't say that those were the only people who went to the moon.
No, I'm saying in the Apollo 11 first mission.
Oh, I don't know.
Also, that speech jammer thing is happening to me again, and so if in this opening you heard me repeat things twice, that's just because I keep hearing myself in my headphones repeated. Okay, let's go on to our thought of the week. What do you have for us, Sofia?
Yeah, so it seems like half of the friends you make through school end up being your friend just because you see them 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm. It's like, forced.
Yeah. Because, you know how people are always, ask them to be your friend or something? But, never in my life have I ever asked anybody to be my friend, but I have friends.
I think the only way I've ever ended up, talking to someone and, if there's ever been a friendship or something, is when I ask something like, where's the bathroom? And I can't figure it out. So that's, the only time. And that's usually how everything starts for me. I have to ask a question or something like that. My thought of the week is on, so summertime, lots of cookouts and barbecues are happening. And usually, if you're in a sanitary environment, not our family, you use these metal tongs, right, to pick up burgers and meat patties and hot dogs off the grill, right? Think about it. Every time you pick up those metal tongs, don't you always click them together before, just to test them out before you use them?
No.
You don't?
No, I clicked them before I put them in the dishwasher.
Just to play with them.
No, on the way to the sink. So in the sink, what I do is if I have the tongs and I have a bunch of other stuff, then I pick up the utensils with the tongs.
Well, people on Reddit were talking about this, so I'm going to read the comment thread. It says, it's like always clicking these tongs together just to test them out. And then other people reply with, hey man, you got to get a quick feel for how springy they are by themselves. Then, when you squeeze the food, your brain can mentally subtract the resistance of the springs, and you can tell how squishy the thing is that you're picking up. And someone else said to that, your brain is calibrating to this particular pair of tongs so you know exactly how much force to apply. And then the funniest comment at the bottom was, isn't it amazing how that's actually what goes down, actually doing rocket science, math subconsciously? Meanwhile, it takes us years to master basic algebra.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like, oh, I have picked up these tongs. I know how much force and resistance to put against this piece of meat. So that was what I was thinking about this week.
Or for me, against those utensils.
Now I have a game from this month's edition of the Clubhouse magazine. That's the July 2017 edition. It's called Carnival Caper. It's written by Stephen O'Rear, and this is a podcast, but the art is by David Miles. It's a choose-your-own-adventure where you go to a carnival. So, I am going to read this. Sophia's going to pick her adventure. Here we go. The air smells of popcorn and sunscreen. For the first time, your parents are letting you roam the fairgrounds with your friends. Rule 1. Don't wander off alone, Dad says as you enter. No rides without a friend. What's Rule 2, you ask? Mom smiles. You must have fun. She hands you a ride pass and some money. Call us if you need anything. You give her a big hug, then run to catch your friends. Go to 10. We are going to 10. A clown waves to you. Welcome to the fair, he calls. He pulls some colorful tokens out of his wig. While you're here, look for carnival coins. Collect all 5 and win a prize. I hear it's a TV, Brandon whispers. Annie scoffs. Who needs a scavenger hunt? Let's hit the rides. We can do both, Hunter says. They'll probably hit a coin at the roller coaster. I'll check the vegetable exhibits, Kiko offers. My sister grew a weird zucchini. Your friends split up. If you join Hunter, go to 14. If you follow Brandon, go to 2.
Wait, where's Hunter going?
Hunter is going to the rides, to the roller coaster.
Okay.
And Brandon is just going to go do his own thing.
Hunter.
Okay. Go to 14. You've always been too short for the Sky Screamer, until this year. It has to be safe, right? Hunter whispers nervously. If people got hurt, they'd shut down the ride. The operator waves you both forward. Let's do this, you shout, pushing Hunter toward the empty seat. Go to 6. What a rush, Hunter shouts as you exit the ride. I had so much fun. Me too, you reply, but I didn't see any coins. You visit a snack booth. Tell you what, the vendor says, since the fair ends tonight, I'll give you 5 items for the price of 2. You're not hungry, but who could refuse the deal? If you just buy cotton candy, go to 1. If you buy cotton candy, nachos, funnel cake, popcorn, and a candy apple, go to 15.
Why can't the person be hungry?
Well, do you want to go to 1 or 15? Just cotton candy or buy everything?
Well, I don't like cotton candy.
So you want to go to 15 with the funnel cake, nachos, popcorn?
Well, yeah, but it says that I'm not hungry, even though I would be.
Well, do you take the deal or not?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go to 15.
But those aren't 5 things.
That's just the writer's issue.
Mm-hmm.
15. The tilt-a-whirl line moves faster than expected. You cram nachos into your mouth. At the last second, you throw away your candy apple. There's no time to eat it. As the chair starts to spin, you feel funny.
These riders didn't think of anything.
Who wants to go faster, the operator asks. Not me, your stomach replies. The moment the ride ends, you run to the closest trash can. The smell only makes things worse. If you go look for Brandon, go to 2. If you go sit down to rest, go to 3.
Wait, go look for Brandon with Hunter?
No. Well, I guess so. It doesn't clarify.
I'll go sit down.
You find a shady spot under a tree and close your eyes. Before long, you fall asleep. Having fun, Dad's voice jolts you awake. You open your eyes. I needed a little break, you mutter. That's fine, Dad replies, lifting you to your feet. But that tree will still be there tomorrow. The carnival won't. I'd hate to see you miss any fun. Go to 20. Annie waves to you from the crowd. Finally, a friend, she says, dragging you into the funhouse. I've been riding by myself for too long. You laugh at your mixed-up reflections. The rotating corridor tosses you around like laundry in the dryer. Friends make anything more fun, you realize, as you belly flop down the slide. Go to 7. There's not a lot of options they're giving now.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of your favorite band, the Acoustic Boys. They're playing a concert at the fair, but tickets are sold out. Who needs a ticket? Annie says. We can hear just fine out here. You sit by the tall fence and listen. A security guard glares as he walks past. I'll be back in 5 minutes, he warns. You better skedaddle. Suddenly, the crowd erupts with wild applause. What happened, you asked. How should I know, Annie says. Give me a boost. If you hoist Annie onto your shoulders, go to 16. If you leave the concert, go to 18.
Leave. I don't like concerts.
You leave the concert. 18. You spot your friends in line at the Ferris wheel. You grab a seat next to Hunter while Annie sits with Kiko. I think it's Kaiko. You just missed the pig races, Hunter says. They were hilarious. Why didn't you invite me, you asked. He stares. You're the one who left. Did you think I'd stop having fun? No matter what you choose, you always seem to miss out. I guess I need to enjoy my own adventure, you decide. Go to 5. For the rest of the day, you race through the carnival. You ride the dizzy drop, you crash bumper cars, you laugh as Kiko eats a turkey leg that's bigger than her head. While watching a daredevil juggle chainsaws, someone grabs your arm. It's Brandon, drenched in sweat. I found a coin, he shouts, holding up a black coat token. How many do you have? We kind of stopped looking, Hunter admits. There was too much stuff to do. Everyone digs in their pockets. Only 4 coins. Go to 17. You meet your parents at sunset. Mom hands out water bottles. Did you have fun? She asks. Best day ever, Annie cheers, and you agree. It was okay, Brandon grumbles. We never found the last coin. Mom digs in her purse. Is this it? She asks, pulling out a gold token. Kiko gasps. Where did you find that? At the ticket booth, Mom says. It looked like a fun keepsake. Brandon drags you off the picnic bench. We gotta find that clown. You sift your way through the crowd, checking every booth and ride. At last you spot the clown. Congratulations, he says when you show him 5 coins. Do you want a giraffe, flamingo, or snake? What? Hunter asks. For your balloon animal, he smiles. Great prize, huh? And that's the end. Okay, so before reading this and preparing for the show, I tried every possible combination, and there was only 2 endings to this entire story that you could reach. You could either get half arrested by the police and end up in trouble on the way home, or you could have a fun day at the carnival and win a balloon animal. You chose balloon animal. Good choice.
Well, it's because I don't want to hoist up anybody.
Yeah, it wasn't actually going to be that. It was that you were going to steal a stuffed panda from a carnival attraction or something. Anyway.
How old are these children?
See for yourself. Here's a picture.
These children are too old to be getting pandas.
Okay, it's time for Learn a Word. Around this time of the year, there's so many mosquitoes and things, especially here in Texas, and they're always crawling all over your arms. So when you get home...
I have a huge mosquito bite, look.
But when you get home, sometimes you just feel like there's bugs crawling all over your arms, but there's not. So you just keep slapping your arm. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, yes. Like that. That is called formication. 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 The sensation that bugs are crawling on your skin. So next time you're slapping your legs and stuff and your parents are like, what are you doing? You're like,
hey, I actually have a mosquito.
Yeah, but it's like the sensation that bugs are crawling on your skin.
I don't get that anymore.
I still get it all the time. Now on to joke time. Sophia, get it started.
I just burned 2,000 calories. That's the last time I leave brownies in the oven while I nap.
I think I've told that joke before.
No, you didn't.
I feel like I said it. I don't know. What did the buffalo say when his son left for camp?
Bye, son.
Yeah, you got it. Bye, son. That's from Grace in Goshen, Indiana.
You're at a restaurant, and then the waiter says, would you like a table? And then you say, nah, I came here to eat on the floor. Floor for 3, please.
Well, that's what they do in Japan, don't they? Like, they sit on the floor around the table?
Yeah, well, it's funny because the waiter in the picture is Japanese.
Here's one for the parents. And, I mean, those kids who are drinking coffee, but they're not supposed to. Looking at you. What's a capuchin monkey's favorite drink?
Cappuccino.
You got it, cappuccino. That's for Rachel.
Oh, wait, Cappuccino is a place.
Yeah. In San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, so here's a funny story. So, you know how people at Chick-fil-A, well, the employees, they always say, my pleasure?
Mm-hmm.
And you're always like, oh, thank you, you know? Okay.
You get that meme of the guy who's like, oh.
Yes, this is what reminded me of it. Okay, so when I went to beach camp and I was in Alabama, we went to Chick-fil-A with my friends. And when I was getting a drink, because they forgot to give me the drink, and so I went back and she gave it to me. The lady gave it to me, and then she goes, "My welcome." And I was like, what? And then she goes, oh, sorry, I meant to say my pleasure, but I was going to say you're welcome at the same time. And so she said my welcome, and it was so funny.
A previous McDonald's employee.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What state does the most laundry?
Washington.
You got it. It's Benjamin in Bainbridge Island, Washington.
This is just a funny thing. So it says, so I used to think that I actually used to think this as a little kid. So when people would say ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, like ice cream that you eat. I always thought that it was ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, like ice cream, like scream. And which was implying that if one person began to scream, everyone else would too, which is actually pretty accurate. Because if somebody screams, then everybody else screams too.
It's like that.
Unless you're like me.
It's like the scene from Despicable Me 2 when the ice cream truck comes around and every minion just starts pouring out of Gru's house, going for the ice cream truck. And all the neighborhood kids are like, it's worthless, we're not going to get anything.
Yeah.
What does a lion get when you combine a cheetah and a french fry?
Chester's Cheetos?
No. Very fast food.
So, there's this thing on Instagram and it was like, screenshot this and repost it if you were born on your birthday. So I looked at it and I was there for like 10 seconds and I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Nobody was born on their birthday.
Ha ha
And
ha.
then I was like, what? And then I read the comments and then this person was like, everybody's born on their birthday. And I was like,
well.
No. And then in my head I was like, but I wasn't born. Like,
no, we talked about this. Some people weren't born on their birthday.
I know, but no.
That's for people who are born on the 28th or 29th of February, in leap years.
No. It's also for the people who don't know when they were born, and so they had to change their birthday.
Or you're the queen who has a half birthday. What is a dragon's favorite snack?
I don't know.
Firecrackers. So that's it for joke time. Let's go to an upcoming holiday. Now, before I get to this upcoming holiday, I want to say the day this releases is Make Your Brother a Peanut Butter and Jelly Sandwich Day. So, I expect a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with strawberry jelly.
What day is that?
That's the day this releases, the 8th.
8th what?
Of July. In other news, the other holiday is July 10th, International Town Criers Day. Now,
What's that?
in your head, you might be thinking of that Cyber Chase episode with the town crier who comes in and is like, all is not well, all is not well.
No.
Okay, so here's the description. In olden times, when few people were literate, it means that they could read, there was little access.
You had to clarify.
Yeah. There's little access to printed media, so town criers were a central part of urban living. Town criers were responsible for keeping the populace up to date with the latest news and events, and for disseminating news from ruling classes to the wider populace. Today, the general literacy of the populace and the ease of access to printed and digital media has rendered the town crier a somewhat redundant. Town Crier Day. It celebrates the historical role of the town crier by encouraging people to take up the role of the town crier in their town or city.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are not going to go out there and yell, fake news! Fake news!
Fake news about what?
I know, it's a great joke. It's a great joke I just made. Anyway. Okay, before we go on, just remind everyone, please take the time to review us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. 5 stars, please. If you can do 10 stars, that's even better. But, reviews, ratings. Thank you. Now on to Today I Learned. So my Today I Learned is that, a few people probably know this already, but I learned today that Mr. Potato Head got its name because it was originally a set of plastic pieces that you were supposed to stick into a real potato. So you would go to the store and buy these like plastic feet, plastic eyes, plastic mustache, mouth and nose, arms and stuff, and then you would just take the little sack home and stick it into a real potato.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
People had imagination left.
And I would have called it just Mr. Fruit Head or Mr. Vegetable Head, because what if you didn't have a potato? Stick them in a squash, an apple, an orange. Who decided it was going to be a potato? Topics time. Again, Sophia's worst type of topic where we give tips, but it's just so many holidays coming up. And that is, it's time for the 13th annual Cow Appreciation Day on July 11th, 2017. Now, sadly, this year, like last year, Chick-fil-A has stopped giving full meals. Hold on, I should explain this. Okay, so if you don't know what Cow Appreciation Day it is, it's where Chick-fil-A, for Cow Appreciation Day, has its customers dress up like cows, and if you dress up like a cow and go to Chick-fil-A, you can get a free meal. Well, we've always participated in it, for as long as I can remember, but this year they changed the rules so that you can't get a free meal. You can only get a free entree. It used to be in the past where you could if you dressed up in a full head-to-toe cow costume, you would get a free meal. Now it's just like, you can dress up in a full head-to-toe cow costume, but as long as you wear something cow-like, you'll get a free entree. So, sad, but we still like to go all out and do our cow costumes. So,
he does.
This week we're going to go over our cow costume tips for dressing up like a cow for Cow Appreciation Day. So, Sophia didn't bring anything.
All I do is make ears.
That's not a good decision.
And cows don't even have ears, do they?
So, they do.
Oh.
How do you think they hear? Okay, anyway, so here are my cow costume tips. It's easier to be a black cow than it is to be a white cow. Because you don't want to have to sit around with the printer waiting for black spots to get printed out, or unless you have black construction paper. But it's always easier to be a black cow so that you can just put white spots on. The only con to being a black cow is that if it's really sunny and you're walking in and out of Chick-fil-A's all day, you're going to get really hot. And so, that's where my next tip comes in, and that is, wear your cow costume over your real change of clothes. So, just stick it on as soon as you get there, and then you can put it on, walk in, get your free thing, take it off, go sit down. If you wear glasses, like I do, I recommend taping the ears to the sticks. I wear glasses for so long, I don't even know what they're called. Little frame ear glasses. I'd tape the ears to the frame, and then I'd stick the nose directly under the nose pads for your nose on the glasses, stick it in there. Then you have your ears and nose attached to your glasses. So that's a big plus for that.
You can also do that with sunglasses.
Yeah. Get some 3D glasses, pop out the lenses if you want to. It's good.
Corban. It's going to be sunny. It's summer. They can wear sunglasses.
Well, some people don't like wearing sunglasses.
Who doesn't like wearing sunglasses?
I don't. I go blind.
Well, that's your
fault. It's too dark. Okay, anyway, and when you're decorating your shirt with cow spots and stuff, do a variation of small spots, large spots, medium spots. Also, don't do the arms and don't do your back because it's just going to be a waste of time and you'll be dropping spots everywhere. Just do the front of your shirt. That's fine. Also, it's a little side touch to it. It's a nice addition. Do a tail. And I recommend what Sophia did is she took a piece of rope and just tied it to a belt loop in her pants, and you have a nice little tail. Maybe spread out the end to give it a little swish style.
Mhm.
Gives it a nice thing. But those are just some of my tips for decorating yourself for Cow Day. Chick-fil-A offers a printout pack with tails and spots and stuff that you can print out and just cut and use for yourself. But if you don't have time to go all out, just wear a black hat with spots on it or something like that. Those are my recommendations for the 13th annual Cow Appreciation Day. That's July 11th, and it's from opening of the Chick-fil-A, whatever time they open, to 7 p.m. So that's going to be it for this week's episode. Before we go, we want to give an announcement. We are proud, happy, and scared to announce that we are writing a TV show for Amazon. We can't say much about it. It's going to be a while before any of you guys see it. A few years. Despite that, we're still going to keep doing this podcast, so thank you for listening. Before we leave again, we're going to start this new segment called Recommendation of the Week. What do you want to recommend this week, Sophia?
If you have an Instagram, you can go follow this account called Eats, like EATS. And what they do is they post like these really cool pictures of food. Yeah. And it's just really cool. Like they make this weird ice cream
Is that the
and
same as
cupcakes.
Reddit's food place?
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, and while you're on there, go follow me. Extra_Sofia. SOFIA.
My recommendation this week is the podcast Shabam. Shabam is a new type of science show that blends fictional stories with real science. In season 1, their main story is about 3 kids separated from their parents during a virus outbreak, and over the course of 10 episodes, they follow their quest to reunite with their families, but experience leads us to another conclusion, them I should say, is that there's a lot of science around all of them that they take for granted. It's really cool. Mixes audio drama with actual real life scientist interviews. Check it out. It's cool. Okay, so again, thank you for listening. If this is your first time, please subscribe. You can find the best way for you to subscribe at rta.space/listen. You can review us on iTunes. If you have any suggestions for us, you can email us rocket to anywhereshow@gmail.com, or you can tweet us at RTA Show. Show notes for this week's episode are available at rta.space/32, and you can watch our videos at youtube.com/RTA Space. I'm available on Twitter at Corban Garcia, and again, Sofia's on Instagram at extra_Sofia, SOFIA. Thank you for listening, and as always,
don't dream your life, live your dream. This rocket has landed.
r/I'm 14 and this is deep. Now let's listen to that song that made me cry when I heard it the first time. I think I cried the second time, but after the third time, I don't feel any emotions.
The way you say it, I don't feel any emotions.